My name is Steve Robinson. I'm one of the partners here at Pitt Meadows Plumbing. My brothers and my sons and my nephews have been involved in this business now for more than 35 years. We're situated in a small community called Pitt Meadows. We have literally hundreds of institutional projects that we've worked on, not only in our marketplace, but in the rest of the province, as well as literally thousands of residential high-rise units that we've constructed here in the suburbs of Vancouver. One of the things that makes us unique specifically is that we are very cost conscious. We believe that we need to deliver our projects consistently at a lower cost. We don't believe that our costs need to rise year after year. We've grabbed a number of technologies that have allowed us to reduce our costs on project delivery, and today we're going to show you some of those technologies that we're using in our shop-based environment in order to do that.
So Steve, maybe you could take us through this injection system, because it's pretty unique to this project and using these Magna3 pumps.
If you stand back and look, you'll see that we've got this huge structural steel frame. This structural steel frame will actually form part of the structure in this specific building that we're doing here. All work done here, all transported to the site and ready for a large crane to install. You need to understand, one of the unique things is that the job that these pieces of equipment are going into has not even yet poured its first concrete slab. So we've jumped miles ahead of the building construction itself to get these components here on time. We appreciated the fact that these pump shop drawings were approved on a Friday, and these pumps arrived here in this shop 9 days later from Ontario. But it's so beneficial for us from a manufacturing perspective to have those products available when we want them. Mm-hmm. We're bringing literally thousands of hours of work back into the shop where we control the safety environment, and it's also a huge advantage to whoever's trying to manage a construction job.
Absolutely. Yeah, you talk about cutting costs, but you're doing it the right way. You're doing it with efficiencies.
Right, and also, because of course you're aware, if you look around, you'll see we're using a lot of your product. We like the fact that it's quite compact. We like the idea that they're very energy efficient. The other thing we really like about these pumps is, again, the serviceability, the fact that in reality we have one replaceable part. It's the whole thing, but there's two electrical connections, one of which is purely plug and play, one stainless gear clamp. This whole power head comes out. We've shut off the two isolation valves, so we have no water. This thing comes out, the new one goes back in place, the clamp goes on, two sets of wires, valves are on, we're running again. We also love the fact that in this job there's over 150 of these Magna3 pumps specifically, and I believe there's only 6 different sizes. So we can provide a standby complete replacement pump by just using 6 different models. So it's actually very easy for a maintenance guy.
And you don't need shaft seals?
No shaft seals. The one other thing is the insulation housing is already done, but insulators absolutely love that. That's a huge amount of work, particularly when these pumps could be used in a chilled water environment. It's just so much easier to actually commission and get this pump running right compared to any of the traditional systems we use.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so the other thing, Troy, that doesn't get talked about enough is, these are an ECM motor.
Absolutely.
It's basically taking us half the energy to pump the same amount of gallons of water per hour or per minute than a traditional motor. When you have half the horsepower, there's half the electrical required to run it. So when electricians realize that the overloads are built into the motor, that all they need to meet a wiring code is a disconnect here, and they realize that some of these motors, they can put 4, 6, or maybe even 8 onto a single circuit. And so you start looking at what that means to an electrical firm wiring this. It's a huge upside. And obviously, as we rationalize these dollars down, that's one of the costs we need to drive down as well. And our challenge right now is to be able to grab those costs right through the sector as we go to ensure that they're all recoverable back to the owner.
So now you have it all packaged in the pump with variable speed drive. You have all the control logic there. You get all the data points right from the Magna3 pump, and all those can go back to your building management system. So you're using a lot of the value of the Magna3 for sure.